What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Flying solo as of the moment. Of course, Ron Sample in the chat says minute late means Emilio's on tonight. He actually will be on tonight. You got it, Ron. Appreciate you swinging through, buddy. As the chat is already on fire. Just want to say welcome into PTA. If this is your first time tuning in, thanks for making us a part of your evening. If you're looking for daily Packers content, this is the place for you. We go live daily. We do pregame shows, postgame shows, in-depth analysis, film breakdown, the whole 9 yards. So if you're looking for that type of content, make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit like. Click that bell icon so you're notified every time we do go live. We've got an awesome show today. Obviously, there were some fireworks at training camp practice. Some of you guys jumped in here and hung out with me for a second as we went live earlier this afternoon. Fights break out at Packers Seahawks joint practice. We'll cover that. We'll give you injury updates. We'll give you Matthew Golden updates as he had another great day. The tight ends showed up today, both Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave. Luke Musgrave putting together a pretty good camp so far, and also Evan Williams flash. We'll have all those highlights for everybody. But again, if you would, hit that like and hit subscribe for us real quick. Another comment here in the chat, 2-0 for this, says it's so weird seeing Jalen Ramsey in Pittsburgh and the Panthers are going for the local church pickup basketball game squad of two old white guys at wide receiver. Yeah, I think that was perfectly that's a perfect description there, 2-0 for this. As we've got football going on right now, obviously Pittsburgh game just kicked off a few minutes ago. We also got high school football going on over on ESPN Madison. I know when we wrap up here, I'm going to finish watching that game. Anybody who knows me, I'm a sucker for high school football. I just absolutely love Friday night lights, and in this case, Thursday night lights here as a full slate of games going to get kicked off tomorrow. We got all kinds of East Tennessee high school football ready to go. So I appreciate everybody in the chat, man. We got a herd in here already. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Let's jump into it. I thought this was a cool little clip here at practice today. Wes Heikowitz tweeted out Christian Watson. This dude looks like he's ready to go week one. Obviously, they're going to wait till at least week 5 coming out of the bye, or week 6, I should say. But, yeah, Christian looking healthy, guys. He out there on the scooter, hanging out with the kiddies before practice. Really, really excited to see him on the field sooner rather than later for sure. Another player that returned today, not that Christian Watson returned to practice, we know he didn't, but in a limited fashion, we had Xavier McKinney back at practice today. Matt Schneidman tweeted this out. Xavier McKinney is practicing for the first time in 2 weeks. You know, we mentioned a couple of days ago that he was carrying his helmet around, was doing some rehab with his helmet on the sideline. Today, you see him do individual drills. So Xavier McKinney one step closer to getting back on the field for the Packers. I'm curious, since we're playing the starters on Saturday, do you guys think that McKinney will play Saturday? Probably a good chance to knock off the rust, although you don't want to tweak anything there coming off that injury there fresh. So I'm really, really interested to see what everybody thinks about that. Let me know in the chat. What do y'all think? Do you think Xavier McKinney should play on Saturday, or just, hey, let's go ahead and take advantage of these 3 weeks and get him fully healthy for the season? You see another clip here from Bill Huber. Man, the burst is there. He looks completely healthy. Don't like the fact that I think that's Bo Melton in the way there. Bo, get out of the way. Come on now. We don't need you banging knees there with our boy McKinney for sure. Dennis Shook in the chat says, don't play McKinney. I can get on board with that, Dennis. I can, man. Deadfish says, only if X is 100%. Yeah, you know, even then, kind of like Pivot says, save X for the regular season. If there's anybody on this Packers roster that doesn't need to knock off the rust, it's probably Xavier McKinney. That dude, he was an absolute dog last year for sure. Dan Lang in the chat, no hold until week 1. Got it, Dan. Appreciate you swinging through, buddy. Tony Holman, he's good for week 1. There you go. Everybody's saying rest him. So I think we're on the same page there. Tim joining us now from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tim, you were boots on the ground today. I see the sun on the forehead there, man. Was it brutal?
It was a hot one out there. As we've seen, right? The piss was hot too a little bit today at camp. But I'm with the chat here on McKinney for sure. Let's hold him out until week 1. Great point, Clayton. If there's a guy that you're not worried about getting rusty, it's Xavier McKinney for sure.
Yeah, he's going to be ready to go for sure. 2-0 for this. Says Tim went to the Redneck Brawl today. There you go. So Redneck Brawl moving in. Hey, I seen a clip, Tim. Another clip came across the wire. I think it was yesterday from the Redneck Brawl socials. And they're in West Virginia now, baby. They're just moving right through Redneckville, USA, making all the stops. They swung down here into East Tennessee, a couple different stops, and now they're on to West Virginia. So
love it.
But again, Xavier McKinney looking good, looking like he's going to be ready to go week 1. Really excited about that. Let's talk about some of these other injuries here real quick, as Wes Heikowitz gave us the usual rundown. He says, welcome to Packers training camp number 18. Jordan Love doing his usual warm-up while Xavier McKinney with the calf performed individuals with safeties today. New injury, linebacker Jared Bartlett. Oh, Jared, probably not. That's one of those, can't make the club in the tub. You miss any time whatsoever. I can't imagine he's going to be on the practice squad, Tim. I don't know how you feel about Jared Bartlett. Not that it matters too much, but we're already kind of deep in terms of stack back or practice squad spots, right? You're probably going to have.
We got to save room for Christian Welch, right?
And who's the other guy I'm trying to think of too? There's another one that's like a slam dunk, I think, for the practice squad. Let's take a quick look here. Isaiah Simmons, Isaiah McDuffie, Tyron Hopper, Christian Welch. Who was the other one I was thinking of? Colin Oliver's going to probably start on pup. I think the other one probably Jamin Johnson. Kind of felt like. What do you think, Tim? Do you think we'll just have one practice squad backer there? In Christian Welch, or do you think there's a chance they try to just say, you know what, Isaiah Simmons go to the practice squad and you only carry 4? What do you think?
We talked about that, right? What are your I'm curious to think your thoughts, because I'd like to see Christian Welch there. But the real question is, what are their plans with Isaiah Simmons?
Yeah,
you can put him on the practice squad. He's probably not going to be poached.
Yeah, surely he wouldn't, right? I don't think anybody's like, clamoring at the thought of putting him on the 53, but I don't think that way with Christian Welch either. The fact that he was available once again, that's tough, man. I really don't like the idea of only carrying 4 stack backers. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of feel like you need that 5th. That's a physical position. Listen, I understand there's only 2 on the field most of the time, but still, man, you're going to get banged up.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to carry 6 there. If I'm carrying 6. If I'm carrying 5, I'm sorry. If I'm carrying 5, my 5 would be Walker, Cooper, McDuffie, Hopper, obviously. And then I'm probably going to go with Christian Welch over Isaiah Simmons. And I know that's probably going to catch some hate in the chat, but I just feel like Christian Welch plays stack backer better than Isaiah Simmons, believe it or not.
I agree.
Now, Isaiah Simmons may be a better special teams player, but Christian Welch has got some value there too. But I don't see any scenario where Jared Bartlett or Jamin Johnson makes the 53. That's for sure.
I agree. 100%.
There you go.
With Isaiah Simmons, it almost feels like, Tariq Carpenter all over again. A guy that kind of looks like a safety trying to play linebacker or vice versa, and it just never quite worked out, right?
Yeah, and you see that more often than not. If someone is considered 2 different positions, they're not one of those positions. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like the old Bill Parcells quote where he said, if you got 2 starting quarterbacks, you don't have a starting quarterback.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Type thing. So, all right. Did not participate. This is according to Wes Heikowitz. I'm going to mention Savion Williams here in a second. Guard Aaron Banks with the back. Offensive line Jacob Monk with the hammy. He's got wide receiver Savion Williams listed with the hamstring. Did not participate. Running back Marshawn Lloyd hamstring. Defensive lineman Baron Sorrell with the knee. Safety Omar Brown and safety Zane Johnson. Omar Brown with the chest. Obviously Zane Anderson with the knee. Wide receivers Jaden Reed and Dontavion Wicks. Reed has the foot. Wicks has the calf. And then cornerback Nate Hobbs with the knee. Bouncing back up to Savion Williams. I heard other people reporting that Savion Williams was practicing, or maybe they just left him off the list. You have any confirmation there by any chance, Tim? I know you spent the majority of your time on the defensive side down there, but did you notice Savion Williams out there actually practicing? Or
not practicing, but rehabbing, rehab group. I got to look at the guys over, riding the bikes and stuff on the sideline, doing a lot of red line jogging and running kind of stuff. So maybe that's what they saw. They saw him on the field, just assumed he's practicing, but I didn't see him practicing with my own eyes. I did see him rehabbing. Marshawn Lloyd looked pretty good on that bike. So hopefully he's working through that hammy issue for sure.
Gotcha. So Ron Samble in the chat says Savion went right back in after one. There you go.
Makes sense.
I was really hoping we'd see him this week, but it don't feel like it, does it, Tim?
Mhm.
Like, see him.
No, but that's another one too, right? We need to get him reps, but you also don't want to, damage something that's already kind of damaged right now. Let him get through this, and we'll work him into that lineup at some point, I think.
Yeah. And on the pup list, of course, you got Christian Watson, Colin Oliver, and John Williams. I heard today from Wildy, I didn't know this, but he had back surgery in the offseason, maybe right after the draft or maybe before the draft. I can't remember. So remember
Williams? You're saying Williams did?
Yeah, John
Oh,
Williams.
okay.
Yeah, I remember back then we were like, where's he at? Is he holding out? Is he what's going on? So evidently he had back surgery. So
wow,
that's what that ended up being there. So
well, then I guess him being on PUP is a good sign then if he's coming off that back surgery and he's not already, on IR. They haven't.
That's a good point.
Him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point for sure. R.E. Iron Miner in the chat says, hope Christian Watson coming back after the break. You heard Goody, like everything we've seen of Christian Watson so far, Tim, it feels like he's chomping at the bit. He'd probably play week 1 if they let him,
Mm-hmm.
But you heard Goody, so you immediately think, okay, probably, after the first 4 weeks, bring him off IR, open the practice window. And Goody said it may take longer, but he said, I have a feeling, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but he said something along the lines of, I have a feeling we're going to be fighting with him to try to keep him off the field. So Christian Watson going to want to get out there as soon as he can. So I'm really excited about that. Anything else you want to hit on the injuries here? I feel like we pretty much covered. Is there anything I missed there or maybe something you want to add to it?
Still looking for updates on Omar Brown. He's back, right?
I don't know. Last I heard he was still in the hospital, but that was yesterday. I'll do a quick search there. You haven't heard anything so far, Tim?
I haven't, and I didn't see him standing out there or anything. But again, it's really hard to kind of try to follow everything when you've got, 2 teams, 2 staffs. There's a bunch of people out there. It's kind of tough to keep track. And obviously, huge crowd out there today at Ray Nitschke Field. That was great, man. The Packer faithful definitely turned out in droves for this last practice. So getting a spot by the fence was tricky at times today. Had to keep moving and working my way up to the fence like a little rascal to get some of these looks. But I didn't see Omar Brown, even out there just standing around or anything. So hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, the earliest or the latest mention of him on X, to the best of my knowledge, you're just doing a quick little search, is it was all the way back on the 19th or the 20th. So yesterday, probably early yesterday, they were saying he was still in the hospital, sound like. So,
okay.
Obviously continue to pray for that guy, man. That's a tough injury. And, man, what a tough human being to go out there and continue to play through that. That's absolutely wild, man. Yeah. All right, let's shift gears, Tim. Let's jump over to the offensive side of the ball. As obviously we had the Seattle Seahawks in town for the joint practice. And, boy, oh, boy, I know you guys are probably not getting tired of hearing it, but still pretty awesome that Matthew Golden's still in the show again. So, as I mentioned on the afternoon stream, Tim, he looked really good in OTAs. Jordan Love was bragging on him, saying he looks polished. You guys remember that was the first comments we heard about him. And you go, okay, well, it's just OTAs. And then all of a sudden you get pretty deep into training camp, and it's Matthew Golden's looking good in camp. Well, it's just training camp. He goes out in his first preseason game. I think he ran like 7 or 8 routes, caught a slant. Like, man, looked like it wasn't too big for him. He looked pretty good. That coupled with the coaches sitting him in preseason week 2 because they were sitting the starters tells you everything you need to know. He's considered a 1. He goes out against the Indian joint practice, plays great out there, was dominant underneath, was absolutely torching, their DBs. And then lo and behold today, man, here we go. Matthew Golden, goodbye. This is at Alec_332 on X. Everybody make sure you go give him a follow. As you can see here, listen to the crowd. Tim, this kid, man, I'm telling you, dude. And the thing that I love about it, first of all, the release package. We've seen him release inside. We've seen him release outside here. A little stutter jab out. Use the hands, clear it. Right here is what I loved. I talked about this earlier today. The DB, as soon as the DB extends his arm and tries to hook his arm, Golden knows it's fair game then. The official's probably not going to throw offensive pass interference. If the DB engages and you engage back, they usually let them fight through that, right? So watch. Grab, get off me, a little separation, hits the afterburners. I'm out here looking for those people that were saying, I know he ran a 4.240, but he doesn't look that fast on the field. He's running away from everyone on the football field, man.
You're right about the release too. I mean, I know we're watching this on loop, but when you watch him, off the snap here, it's like the right foot and left foot stay where they were lined up at first, and then the move happens so fast and so sudden. By the time the DB right here gets a hand on him inside 5 yards, he's already smoked. He's already cooked up the seam. So I think, like you said, Clay, nobody should kid themselves anymore. This is a starting wide receiver. Matthew Golden, clearly the real deal. And hopefully we get to see a little bit of him on Saturday with the ones for sure.
Here's another angle of that same 9 route that he ran there with the tight coverage.
Oh, perfect. I was wondering who threw the ball, because that was a pretty ball too. So Malik Willis, nice throw.
And this is our buddy Basarski over at Basarski Productions. Another angle. Golden just makes everything look so easy. What a dime by Willis. This was actually filmed by Chase.Nits on IG. Okay, so we want to make sure we give credit to him. But it's a better angle right here, too, to kind of see the release off the left. Bang. There you really see the quickness. Look at the late hands, Tim. Last second, all right? I mean, he almost didn't even put them up. He just kind of kept them close to his body and just a little basket catch. Because some people would see that and be like, man, get your hands up. Catch it with your hands. If he gets his hands up high there, the DB's reading him, and he's just going to swat the hands, right? Play the hands. As soon as they show their hands, play it. But I love how he doesn't even show his hands the entire time.
You can see he gets his head around. He look how long he's tracking the ball. That's how he can do that, right? You get that head around, you've already got the DB beat by 2 steps at least. You're tracking that ball. He knows where it's going. DB doesn't.
Yeah. Jay Cole in the chat says, hot take. If Golden stays healthy, he will go over 1,000 yards. I don't think that's so hot of a take. If he plays in all 17 games, and he's doing what he's doing right now, 1,000. Listen, I mean, how many yards would that be on average a game, Tim? I mean, quick math.
You can't have me doing quick math live. There's no way.
Let's go 17. Let's go 1,000 divided by 17. We're talking about 58 receiving yards on average per game. I think he can accomplish that. I
agree.
And
I agree.
It's going to come down to how quick does if he comes out of the gate like he is here in training camp, how quick the teams go, okay, guys, we got to bracket a little bit there. You don't have 9 on the field. You don't have Watson on the field, so we can afford to bracket 22. That's going to open things up for Reed and Tucker Kraft and Romeo Doubs, obviously, which Matt LaFleur had a comment earlier. I'm going to try to pull that up here in a minute, Tim, talking about Romeo. So don't let me forget that before we get off the offensive side of the ball here. So, but yeah, if they until they bracket him, he may have a good, 4 to 6 week span where teams go, all right, let's make sure he can beat us. Let's make sure he can beat us. And maybe you can get those numbers up there. Not that I care about stats anyway. All I care about is the win and the losses, obviously. But I understand what Jay's saying here too. Jay, I honestly don't think that's like a crazy hot take, based off what we've seen so far. So moving along, here's another route he ran. This one equally is nasty, Tim. And this, we've shown everything. We've shown him working the sidelines, working the out routes and everything. We've shown him working the slants, which he's deadly on the slants as well, the whip route, all that. Now let's see him kind of play underneath, work inside out, right, in a red zone drill from the 15-yard line. This one was sent out by Baz as well over at Basarski Productions. Good coverage, stronger hands. Matthew Golden is so great at using his hands/body to box out defenders. Let's watch the rookie work here. Press coverage, right? Jam, look, fight back in, little jab in, out, bang. Look at the hands, man. The hands are just what get me, Tim. Like if we go, let's go half speed here on the catch, right? Just work and work and work. This is a contested catch, ladies and gentlemen. Watch him go up and snag that ball.
And then keep it secured the whole way as he goes out of bounds without being able to get it to the body or to the chest. Just 2 hands on the football protecting it. It's something to see. You're right, man. We talk about the fast feet and all of that, the quick twitch, but I mean, this guy's got absolute magnets for the football when it comes to the hand skills. You got to love it. And the hand fighting, like you said, using the hands to create a little bit of space from that DV and then boxing them out, baby, just like basketball.
Yeah, he's got excellent body control. That was all over the college tape. There's no two ways about that. So again, man, he's showing underneath. He's showing. I mean, look at that Seattle coach just losing his mind back. You love to see it. That's the look you're looking for right there, guys. Look how pissed off he is. Right here. Somebody help me out. Screenshot it. Right, I need somebody to screenshot it and go. What are we gonna put on there? Put WTF on it. Okay, that's all you got to write. WTF with an arrow pointing at this coach, Matt. And we'll make sure we get that tweeted back out. Witherspoon over here going, hey, don't worry, I got cooked all day too. So it's all good. So there you go. There's your little Matthew Golden update. Anything else you want to hit on with Matthew Golden there, Tim? I'm going to try to pull up what Matt said about Romeo Doubs, so we'll have it for the latter part of the show here.
Yeah, I guess I'll add one thing on Matthew Golden. 2025 Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Ooh.
Let's go. There's your hot take right there.
Should we put it on a ticker, Tim?
Put it on a ticker. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a
you know what the rest says. Let's see. Let me make sure I get this lined up in order when we talk Dobby. I want y'all to hear what Matt LaFleur had to say about Romeo earlier today. Really kind of put things into perspective. Is a coach speak? I guess it could be, Tim, but I don't know, man. It sounds like our boy Matt LaFleur is all about having Romeo Doubs on the roster. So let's move on to tight end for a second, and then we'll get into Romeo. So sound like the tight ends had a great day, and Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, man, because this training camp, has it not flown by? Like, it's just been crazy how quick it's gone by.
It has. It really has.
Do you feel like Luke Musgrave has had a good camp, or is it just me?
I feel like he's had a better camp than he had last year.
I agree. I was trying to think okay, am I just kind of caught in the moment? Let me think back. What were some of the negative marks on Musgrave? There might have been a couple early in camp, but man, it seems like he's been pretty lights out since then. This is Tucker Kraft. This is Jordan Love to Tucker Kraft in 7-on-7s. Let's take a look at this as Sleeper Packers actually posted this one over on X. Make sure you go give them a follow. And let's watch this play here to Tucker Kraft. He's going to be working off the other side. So we're nub left on this look. Okay, so he's tied in on the left side and over the back of the end zone, butt naked through the trailer park. You notice there's a defender laying over there too. Looked like he might have cooked somebody on that little post route or whatever it was. Maybe it was a dig or a kind of a choice route. But you'll notice at the end here, there is a DB laying over there.
Oh, yeah.
The guy was supposed to be covering him. So Tucker Kraft looking good out here today against the Seahawks too, man.
I mean, he's a freak. You got someone that big and strong running routes like a wideout. That can be a little intimidating for a corner, I would think, especially in a 7-on-7 scenario. So maybe he slipped on purpose so he didn't get run over by the freight train coming at him. I don't know.
Could have been, man. So here's another tweet. I won't pull it up. I'll just read it. But it says, Wes Hodkowitz, Luke Musgrave has been unreal today. So sounds like Luke Musgrave had a great day. And then Baz has a clip here for us of Musgrave making a catch. Let's see if we can get this one up here. Yeah, Baz said this also came from chase.nits on IG. And let's see if we could pick up Musgrave making a nice grab here. I'm trying to see if he's attached. Yeah, he was attached. A little chip, leak out. Now he's going to – little scramble drill. Look at my man. Oh, nice. That's a beautiful grab right there, man. Let's bring it back to the catch real quick. Watch, guys. It's all kind of off the mark. That's a great hands catch back across his body. And by the way, I say off the mark, but watch Malik Willis throwing on the run here, changing the arm angle. Malik Willis had a hell of a camp too, man. Holy cow.
He's so good at that throwing on the run like that. And Musgrave, you're right. I mean, is it just me or does Musgrave look like he put on some muscle? He looks a little bigger than he did last year. He doesn't look like the baby reindeer anymore. And sometimes you look at Tucker Kraft, you see Ben Sims, Fitzpatrick, Musgrave. At a glance, at these guys like very similar builds. We've got some big boy tight ends, and if Musgrave has a great season this year, we're gonna be a force to be reckoned with between him and Tuck Norris there as our tight ends. And then we talked about the camp that Fitzpatrick's had so far too. So this is a good time of year to start get the wheels turning, right?
Yeah, this is a contested catch too, Tim. Look at this, man. He got a hand on his chest and then swatting back at it. Like notice his feet too when he lands. Look how nimble. He
Musgrave stayed on his feet.
Yeah, I mean and seriously, look at his feet coming down, square up, bounce back out, get some yak, cover the ball up.
Yep.
That's a good rep there, man. Good rep. And that's 11 on 11, obviously. So,
yeah. And like you said, scramble drill, right? Find your quarterback. Get back to the football. Give him a target.
Yeah,
See him
absolutely.
work across the field like that. Look at him, back cut on the DB. That's beautiful.
And with the way the receiver room is a little beat up right now, Tim, probably going to have to press into 12 in the first few weeks of the season, man. It's good to see Musgrave kind of peaking here for sure, man. As Coach Lynn says, in 12 personnel, Musgrave could be a problem. It's a great point because teams have got to choose. Like, if you don't know what we mean by 12 personnel, if you're new here, I apologize. 12 is one running back, two tight ends, okay? That's what that means. So that means that one running back, two tight ends. Obviously, you only got two receivers. So typically a two wide receiver set, when they go to call in the defense from the sideline, they're going to call in a base defense against a 12 personnel, unless you've got a tight end who's just a Jimmy Graham type, or he's going to essentially play receiver. That's not necessarily the case with either Musgrave or Kraft. Obviously, you probably treat it like 12. So when you treat it like 12 personnel, you're going to trigger your 4-3 base or your 34 base. So now the problem becomes who is covering the tight ends. I think it was Wildy on his show while he was live at camp earlier today. He had mentioned that they came out in a 2x2 set out of 12 personnel. And if people are wondering, okay, what does that matter? A 2x2 set, meaning they had four wide receivers. Okay, so they were kind of in that balanced spread, what we call Doubs spread, right? And the two inside guys were tight ends. So now you got to decide, do you put backers out there? Do you leave an extra backer in the box and bring the safety down to cover him? And that's where the mismatch comes into play, and exactly what Coach Lynn's talking about there. Musgrave could be a problem. Could you imagine, a 6'2"? Hell, most linebackers aren't that tall either. Let's imagine a 6 foot or a 6'1" linebacker trying to cover Luke Musgrave, who's 6'5", if I remember correctly.
Oh, we've seen it a couple times at camp, right? We've seen McDuffie running with Musgrave trying to cover. And you're right. I mean, that height and reach gives you a huge advantage for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, let's move it along here. Let's talk a little Romeo Doubs as he flashed a little bit today. Remember, I mentioned that defender earlier. Don't worry, you're going to get yours here in a little bit, right? Well, here he is. Witherspoon going to get a little taste of Romeo Doubs. This came in from Baz on X and Chase.Nits on IG. Let's watch this rep here. 87 on Witherspoon. Let's see if Romeo cooks him here. Golden eyes completely on Rome too, watching the rep. Oh my goodness gracious. We got another one.
I just caught the ball.
Tim, we got another one here, man. Let me back it up. If you guys would screen grab that for me, draw me an arrow. I need an arrow right here. That's the look we're looking for. Go ahead and get your screen grab. That's Tim.
Romeo footwork. Look at the footwork on this route.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I mean, he absolutely demolishes this corner. Look.
Wow.
Yeah. And I know
you see how he flattens to keep both toes in? Watch at the end here. Little spin. Look, boop.
Oh, yeah.
Both feet together inbounds. I love it.
Complete body control, man. Complete body control.
He looks better. He looks better than even last year. So you can tell these guys have put in the work during the offseason for sure. Yeah.
And again, that poor DB, even if he doesn't slip, Rome's catching that ball. Sorry.
Yep.
He's already got him cooked right there. So great route and a great catch. Now, Tim, if you'll get me a screen grab ready of Matt LaFleur, give me a lung dart Matt LaFleur, a Tupac LaFleur, if you will. This was on Kay Adams' show earlier today as she was live in Green Bay, Wisconsin. A lot of people were saying that's why the fight broke out. Everybody was trying to impress Sister Kay Adams out there. I don't know. But this was Matt LaFleur and Kay Adams talking about Romeo Doubs, and I believe – well, I'll just let the video play here. Obviously, it's about whether Romeo Doubs is going to be a Packer or not. Let's see what head coach Matt LaFleur had to say about it.
It's a tough week because you have to make cuts, right? And I'm looking at that wide receiver room. It's great. You have so much depth. What will it come down to?
Well, we don't have a lot of depth right now. We're missing a lot of guys. So, it's going to come down to these guys' ability to go in there and make plays for us. And, there's been a lot of tape. We've had a lot of practices now. Looking forward to the third preseason game to put these guys in those types of situations to see how they respond.
What does Romeo Doubs have to do to not have rumors about him being cut from this team?
Rome's not. I'd be very shocked if he ever was going anywhere.
There's words about that. No.
That will not happen.
Can you sort of explain why so confidently?
Because Rome is out there competing and doing everything that we need to see from him. And obviously he's played a lot of ball for us and at a high level, and he's been a great teammate, and he goes out there and you can count on him every day.
One more time.
No,
That will not happen.
Can you sort of explain why so confidently?
Because
this team.
Rome's not. I'd be very shocked if he ever was going anywhere.
There's words about that.
No,
There's no.
that will not happen.
Can you
I mean, that's pretty clear, Tim.
Tell him, Tupac.
He said
Let him
that.
know.
He said
Who
that
started
will not
that
happen.
rumor?
He said that will not happen. Yeah, when I seen the cut rumor, I'm going, what?
What the
Ooh.
hell?
Yeah,
I mean, I get trade rumor, right?
Yeah, right, yeah,
We've talked about possible trade, but an outright cut, you've got to be insane. There's no way.
And this right here, he's not going anywhere. That tells me that maybe we know they explored trades with him in the offseason, specifically Seattle. Seattle's the only one I feel comfortable saying that sounds like that was legit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the thought of just cutting him, arguably your best receiver, especially your best outside receiver, before Matthew Golden gets an opportunity to prove his worth, right?
Certainly, right now, to Matt's point, while we're banged up, right? I mean, you can't get rid of a guy like Rome. There's
and we've talked about all offseason. It seems like he's in a good place, right? Like he seems like he's in a better place than he's been since he's been here. He's awkward at times. We know he's socially I relate to it, man. I get around a crowd of people and I'm like, I just want to tuck up into a ball in the corner somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I mean, this one, again, watch your ears. It's a little loud. It's a part of our outro, but stuff like this all offseason. He just seems like he's having fun. He seems like he wants to be in Green Bay, right? And maybe the trade, him finding out that they did try to shop him to Seattle in the offseason, maybe that's what it takes to him to kind of shake it loose a little bit. Like, all right, you know what? I need to really embrace this opportunity while I got it.
Absolutely. And, like when we talk about some of the ups and downs last year and things, you never know what somebody's got going on in their personal life. These guys are pro athletes and they have to be professional when they step out on that field, but they're human beings too. So that's not an excuse, but obviously, yeah, compared to this time last year, I feel like, Rome is in a much better place. He's not as quiet as you think. Like I said, when he's on that field, he's a pretty talkative guy on the football field. You love to see it.
Yeah, we got us a new sound bite here. Read what Coach Lynn said. I'm going to write this down.
That's our new sound bite for Matt LaFleur. That will not happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You do that, you're going to get your ass kicked. And then.
Very well said, Coach. We'll get that one in the hopper for you there, Coach. Appreciate the recommendation there. So up next here, Baz put another one out. Malik Willis has been cooking the Seattle defense so far today. Let's watch this clip here of Malik Willis in 11 on 11. Let's see. We'll kind of give you a little play-by-play, a little motion there from Dobby. So Dobby lines up in the 2 on the left now. Looks like a dub set with the tight end right. Yep, he's going to chip come out. Malik looking comfortable in the pocket. A little hole shot there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Look at a little busted coverage.
Yeah.
But again, that was Romeo, wasn't it? Was it not?
I think so, right? And then Malik floats it in between the corner and the safety.
Yeah, so you see Rome motioned over to the 2. And I think, is that an empty? No, we still got a back there. I was seeing this single-digit number and thought that might be Jacobs out there, but we definitely got a back in the backfield. We're in a sidecar right. Okay, let's see if Romeo, so they're going to bounce out.
Another great route by Doubs. Did you see that little stutter?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so that was McCole Hardman that runs kind of a hybrid of a slant and a shallow post type route. And what they did was they had McCole in the 1 and they had Dobby in the 2, right inside. So McCole goes out, runs a post. Dobb runs a wheel route off the backside of it. So that's what that was a wheel route. Let's take it back to the move you're talking about here, Tim. So again, watch Dobbs. Oh, yeah, a little stutter.
Yeah.
Out and up type thing.
Oh, man. Look at that DB. Who is that? Was that Witherspoon again that got cooked?
I hope it was. Withering that spoon all day long. No doubt about it. Now, but yeah, that was a nice little out and up, it looked like. Very, very similar to a wheel route. You get to the sideline and obviously you're breaking out toward the sideline.
That was someone else. I just saw Witherspoon's on Golden again here on the left side. So that's a different DB, right? That's right. Witherspoon 21.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just going down the list of DBs on Seattle that we cooked today. Love it.
And the route on this side, you notice, is a wrap, what we call a wrap concept, okay? And what it is, the tight end's going to chip. He's going to come out, run a curl route. And with the reason it's called wrap, is Matthew Golden. The one is going to run a dig route right over top of it. So you wrap around the curl, and it kind of creates that I guess kind of a high-low read, if you will. Watch right here. You see the tight end sit, and Golden's wrapping.
Yep.
And then, of course, the coverage is busted on the opposite side. So great job, Malik Willis, finding the solution to that problem there for sure, man.
Yeah. And, I like your comment about him being comfortable in the pocket, because we know how mobile of a quarterback Malik Willis is. We know he can throw on the run. We know he gives us an advantage, especially with the, RPO and RPR kind of options in this offense. But to see him stand comfortably in the pocket and just pick apart a defense, that really makes you feel good about your QB2 for sure.
What's crazy is he could have hit McCole Hardman on that crosser, that climb, or whatever it is right there too.
Yep.
So, yeah. And that's freaking beautiful right there. Great.
Love to see it.
Great concept. And again, these are the things that you're able to do in joint practices that you can't do in a preseason because you don't want to show too much.
Exactly.
It's much harder for teams to study this tape when it's filmed from a fan on the sideline as opposed to the eye in the sky on all 22. And by the way, I just want to mention Christian Watson looking like a grown-ass man right here. He looked like Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Look at that dude right there.
I know, man. He's getting braided up before the game, probably.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like that swag right there, Amelia. We need that Madden. We need that hair hanging out.
Imagine that's the lettuce. That's the lettuce. That's your Kentucky waterfall, Clay, right there.
Well, there was some Kentucky. Let me tell you, there was a flash flood warning at the Redneck Brawl.
There was
balls everywhere.
There was one dude had it down to like his lower back. I'm telling you, and he just had the sides just razor short. Just
yeah, it was bad. Emilio, did you hear what Matt LaFleur had to say about Romeo Doubs there just a second ago?
I missed that part. Just you can run it by me real quick.
He with Kay Adams, he said that's not. He said that will not happen.
Him getting cut out, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Romeo. Well, he just said they didn't even. She mentioned cut, but he said he's not going anywhere. That will not happen. I took that as
Cut, trade, none of that's happening. Yeah,
I like that.
Now, you never say never, but never. If a team came calling and said, you want a first-round pick for Romeo, Matt's going to go, I ain't say nothing. Probably.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? That's how that works. But, yeah, I think he's really, really high on Romeo Doubs. And somebody had mentioned last night in the comments, and I think I commented pretty late. It was like 1 a.m. when I responded to that comment. Hopefully I didn't say anything inappropriate half asleep. But they had said something along the lines of what was it? He said maybe wait till closer to the trade deadline and reevaluate it. That makes sense because if Christian Watson comes back from injury, right, and everything's kind of cranked up and you can afford to part ways, maybe it makes sense in that regard. But, man, I'd be totally on board with them just keeping him as well. Because, we talked about Bill Walsh 101, the last piece you put in place is wide receiver, right? Well, what do? We spent a first-round pick on wide receiver for the first time in, a couple of decades, whatever the amount of time was, 22 years or what have you. So when you go and you get that final piece and you're like, okay, you feel like the Super Bowl window's open, we're going to go get a wide receiver, kind of doesn't make sense to get rid of what some people would believe is your already number one receiver. You know what I mean? You're kind of taking a step forward, then 2 steps back there. So
he's the
we'll see
one
those
right now,
Yep. All right. Little McManus update from Kicking Today. It's funny, when he's not perfect, I'm like, is something wrong? Because we've gotten so used to him hitting everything. But Brandon McManus goes only 3 for 5 on field goals, hits the left upright from 49 left hash, short from 55 right hash. McManus good from 38 middle, 45 right, 54 right. McManus now 70 of 76 since the start of camp.
We'll take that money all day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And guys, it was windy today too. Again, not making excuses, but like I've said before, when McManus does miss, it's not by a lot. You see his miss is hitting an upright and then a little short from 55 yards.
Right.
Nothing to worry about at all with Brandon.
I was listening to that unscripted and it was either Wes or Mike. I'm pretty sure they said that it was at the Colts training camp where he after practice went and hit a 70. Yeah, hit the crossbar and bounced in. So I mean, he's got
so
the leg.
55 into the wind and he's short. It might make a little sense, right?
But good practice, right, Tim? You love getting something that, Nate, you can't just throw a couple fans out there and move the ball around. I mean, you need nature to do that. So I'm glad that he did. I'm glad you give him 5 reps on a windy day like that.
That's why I like they wheel out the goalposts. You got the uprights. They can just put that wherever they want you and, kick with the wind or against the wind. But yeah, we feel good about our kicker, right, guys? I mean, 70 to 76. Let's go.
I might have to try to find a couple of those moving goalposts on Amazon, put in the front yard. You know what I mean?
There we go.
Yeah, out there, get a couple daddy sodas in, you get brave and go pull a butt cheek in the front.
I was just going to say, pop that hip out of alignment real quick. There you go.
It wouldn't take much for me right now. I'm just telling you, man.
They're going to start training McManus by actually moving the goalposts. He'll be like, all right, I'm going to kick it. They're just going to start cranking that thing or moving it.
I was waiting for someone to give me the actual number here. Hardhead72 said 92% will take that all year. So it's 92% field goal percentage or hit rate, I guess you could say altogether in camp. Tippy cap to the field judge there. You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, that video that the Packers finally put out was absolutely.
Yeah. I don't need a whistle. Too much power. That broke me up.
Exactly. We got Aaron in the chat says, "Hey, Clayton Domofsky."
Man, that was too funny, dude.
Bro. So somebody had put, if you guys didn't know, Keyshawn Nixon, I got to find that clip because that is hilarious, right? He makes a bald joke and then said something about Domofsky, like, well, you're old. I'll find the clip. I don't want to butcher it. But what Aaron's referring to here is somebody had photoshopped hair on Domofsky. And then Aaron did a side-by-side of me and Domofsky, and I am embarrassed to admit it. I responded with "Dad." It was pretty hideous. I got to admit. So, with that,
you're going to get your ass kicked in that.
That's exactly right. Evan Williams, boys, another guy that's having a heck of a camp, man.
Here's the guy.
Baz tweeted this out, and it came from Chase.Nits on IG. Evan Williams, INT versus or in 11 versus 11, right? So 11-11's got a pick here. Good Lord, the push up front from Warren Brinson likely would end in a sack. But let's watch the interception from this angle here. Keying on the pass rush up front, too, if we catch the whole play. Let's watch Brinson. He's probably working right there in the middle, I would imagine. Let's see the push up front. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yeah, that would have been a sack. And look at Evan covering that ground, man. Again, look at all that space he covers there. He's single high there, right?
Yep. He's going to look great on Saturday when we're resting McKinney, and we get to see a lot of this.
Put him at post safety, right?
Yeah, let's go.
I like it. We got another angle of it, too, that might be even better here. Yeah, this is a little bit better as Ryan Clark, of all people, former Pittsburgh Steeler, right? Not one of my favorite.
We remember Ryan Clark. I'm sure he remembers the Super Bowl.
I'm sure he does. So here is a better angle of that interception, and just look. It looks like Keyshawn gets beat, right? But Keyshawn actually catches up the play. Keyshawn would have knocked this ball down. That's what's beautiful about this. He rebounds, but look at Evan out of nowhere, man.
Yep. Great point too, because it does look like he's getting cooked, but he's not. He's got that closing speed. You got to think he'd get there for a PBU or something, but what a play by Williams.
I was going to say, it looked like he was jogging. He was just kind of like matching him, and the dude started taking off. He's like, oh, game time. All right.
Yeah. Yep. And you see the way his hips are flipped. To me, this looks like it was cover one man, and you've got our boy Evan Williams just on
the inside. So you're going to play outside leverage and carry the dude up the field.
Yeah, and that's what Key's doing. Key's saying, all right, I'm ready to cover this corner route as soon as they decide to throw it, right? Mm-hmm. Or if they break down on an out or a hit.
But if they hit a dig, right, or they hit a dig or a crosser, Key, you got to close on it. Then you're chasing the dude down, make a tackle, but your help is always inside there. And
that's exactly what he did. Was he made them throw the ball a little more inside than they wanted to. They thought they could thread the needle. Warren Brinson with the pressure. What do we always say? Pressure pick, coverage sack. That's a pressure pick right there. Brinson getting in the face, and Evan Williams, boys. I think Evan Williams might be we might look up a couple years and go, we got us an all-pro safety.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Coach Lynn Williams might have baited the quarterback to make that throw too. Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Might have even been a robber as I look at it. Watching Bullard, he kind of like was sitting down, and then he flipped his hips and carried the crosser right here at the center, right? Flipped his hips and carries this dude. So might have been
To me, it looked like if they sit down, Quay stays with that receiver.
Yeah,
like
okay.
Yeah. So he passed it off, and now he becomes.
I like that Hafley has that in the system though, because I'm pretty sure we saw that in a preseason game too. The pass off, or it was when the Jets went down. I remember they passed off a crosser in man. I like that we have that communication. If it's not working for you per game, sure, cancel it. But you need to have that as an option because you're not. Sometimes you don't have the speed to keep up with them. Pass, and go.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's that's something that we noticed last year on the tape too with Hafley's scheme is passing off. One particular clip, Jair tried to pass a one receiver, meaning an outside receiver that ran a shallow. He tried to pass it off to Quay, and Quay already had his hands full with the two. And it's like, Ja, that's not how that defense is supposed to work. Ja just decided, I'm not going to cover my guy this play. Y'all take him. And he's just sitting over with nobody. So, yeah, there's something baked into that scheme, though, where if someone's playing robber, meaning the safety's playing that underneath zone in a cover one man, that if they cross the face, now it becomes man. And the guy who was manned up on that side, in this case was Quay, he becomes the hole. And now Javon Bullard matches up man. So there's a lot of different keys there. And that can really be confusing, especially for young quarterbacks for sure. So Evan Williams obviously showing up. And then here at the end, it's just a quick little clip and nothing there. I'll just mention it. Bill Huber put a tweet out that said training camp ends with Enigbare's sack to end backups 2-minute drill. So obviously Enigbare with a sack. Tim, I've been very vocal. I want Brenton Cox Jr. to get more reps than Enigbare. Enigbare's had a pretty good preseason. It seems like every day there's something happening in camp that he's flashing a little bit. That's a good problem to have if you can't decide which guy you want to give the reps to. You know what I mean? Because I kind of felt like we'd come into this season and Brenton Cox Jr. would run away with that number 3 edge rusher position.
I agree. And that's not a knock on Brenton Cox Jr. because he's had a good camp as well. So if anything, it says something about Kingsley Enigbare and his grind and his mindset going into this year. He's not going to give up those reps easily, and he's maximizing everyone that he gets so far. So I agree. Good problem to have, right?
Yep.
Shout out to Brenton Cox Jr. too, guys. He signed the towel today.
Awesome.
We got it signed at camp. So thanks for stopping.
Possum in a dumpster.
Oh.
No doubt about it. And I just want to give a shout out to NFL game streaming on NFL HD, com. Boy, they are relentless tonight. Jeez, oh Pete, that says com, right? Am I looking at that right?
The com got me, dude. Like,
remember when we banned .com to keep
that's
this?
Why I got you.
We got to add that to the banned words now. Now tomorrow it'll be -com.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So anyway, man,
sit your butt outside.
Yeah, as Blake B said, whoever's running that account could be a crackhead. You know what I'm saying?
That's
no doubt about it, man. They acting like
be a crackhead. They got hold to the wrong stuff.
Got that right. All right, next clip here. You guys ready to get into some drama before we wrap this big bear up?
Get ready to go.
Let's see if I can get this thing queued up and ready to go here. So as you guys may or may not have heard, there was a fight today. And imagine that our boy Basarowski Productions was right in the mix here. He had got someone to get the proper footage. Hopefully y'all can see this okay. I'm going to give y'all a little preview of what you're going to see. So you see they're kind of mixed up here, right?
Okay.
Kind of bunched up and things are getting heated.
Nothing.
You're going to notice they're kind of in the Packers huddle. Look where the quarterback is. So their defense is hanging out in the Packers huddle. All right. Somebody comes through and gets aggressive, and the nicest man on this football team, Zach Tom, sees it, and this guy throws a punch at 3 different Seahawks in about 2 seconds. This is stuff that will make Big Cornbread proud from the Redneck Brawl. For those of you who don't know, Big Cornbread was a beautiful lady who was how tall was she, do you think, Emilio? What was her fighting height and weight? If you had
5'4", probably 5'5", maybe. She was north of Travis Glover's weight. I mean, she was.
Yeah. and she was throwing bombs, was she not?
Oh, she was throwing haymakers.
Yeah. So here comes Big Cornbread out of left field. Get ready for this. Watch Zach Tom slide in. We'll go slow motion here in a minute.
I
So
pull
you
a
see
red rocket here, Clay, and just start swinging.
Yeah. So you'll notice right here's where it gets chippy. Now watch Zach Tom. Zach Tom getting a peek right now. You see him right here? He's like, come on now.
That's Clay at the buffet. Got the little lean coming.
Oh yeah, like are they bringing up the prime rib yet? Yeah, there's the prime rib. What's
you
that?
at 1919 saying, "Is that my elk stroganoff?"
So Tom's just hanging out now. A big boy's coming back to the huddle. Keep in mind, they're huddled up for their play, and all these Seahawk defenders are in their huddle. And now somebody else is coming to the party. Zach Tom says, "Let me clear this out like Dalton from Roadhouse. Watch this. There's one for you. There's one for you, and there's one for you."
Got you.
3 punches, 3 different players. Zach Tom out there just letting them fly.
Oh, rip that dude to the ground.
I can't begin to tell you how much I love this, man. Like Zach Tom of all the people, right? And that's the other thing too. If you'll notice here, there's going to be a body come flying in at the last second right here. That's Tucker Kraft. And Tucker Kraft, I think, goes after Witherspoon. If I remember, Tim, he had a bad day at the office today with Witherspoon. Kraft picked him out of the crowd. Watch, I think it was Witherspoon, but watch. Tucker's like, boy, get your ass on the ground. Took him completely out of the ground. Let's go. You kidding me?
Threw somebody else to the ground too.
Tim, you know what I need? I need about 5 seconds of Home Depot music. Just 4 to 5 seconds while we route this right here. Watch Tom coming in here. You kidding me? Look at this.
That's how you get more done right there.
Just get it done. Tucker Kraft said, "You can do it. I can help." Watch him come flying in right there at the end.
I'm pretty sure that was Elton, and I think Elton
Right,
almost
kill
had
the music, Tim.
I think Elton had a suplex in there. Wait for it on the left side of the screen here. He comes in here, grabs this man, spins him around, and I'm pretty sure he's the one that throws the guy on the ground right there.
Took him to Suplex City. Oh man, and I love Musgrave too. Watch Musgrave on the outstretch. He's like, it's kind of like Root Baker from Major League 2. Hey guys, this isn't nice.
Aaron Banks in there without a helmet on, just freaking throwing his hands.
Absolutely.
Yeah, our guys better wake up with their piss hot, like I said before. So.
Oh, it was hot, man. It was hot, all right, buddy. That stuff was steaming today, man. There was one angle, too, that you could see Malik Willis like 10 yards away, and he's just like, my boy's handling it over there. Don't you dare get in the middle of that, Malik.
That's awesome.
Stay away. You can see he exits out of the frame right here. He's like, all right, I'm out of here. But Zach Tom is just like, y'all just hang out. I'll take care of all this, man.
Yep.
Dude.
Love to see it.
Elton really got a hold of him.
Devil's advocate here, if our officials did a little bit better job at practice, maybe we don't have Seahawk players leaning into our huddle and starting crap in the first place.
I mean, you see it at the start there. The guy holding the down markers on the 3-yard line. I mean, dude literally is standing right. Like, that's the line of scrimmage right there.
Yep. Right. So they're just kind of hanging out in their huddle. We need to get a better shot of Zach Tom peeking right there. I wish we could get that zoomed in.
Blow it up. Enhance. Yeah.
I'll put that on the wall.
You know what that is? We didn't have our referee out there today. That's kind of what messed everything up, I think, Clay.
Exactly. If McManus was out there, nobody would have tested him.
I don't think so.
All right, so here's what Zach Tom had to say. Matt Schneidman tweeted this out. It's kind of hard to hear. Crank the volume up. Here's what Zach Tom had to say about the scuffle.
I mean, they were in our huddle tonight. I saw somebody my left got hit, so I just really nothing. We were in our huddle, and they were in our huddle.
So somebody pushed one of your guys?
Yeah, I'm not sure who he pushed, but I saw him jump over the top of somebody and hit one of our guys. So I just reacted that way. Not sure. I mean, they were.
I just reacted, aka I just took the damn trash out. That's what I did. You know what I mean? That's all that was. So
love it.
I don't know, boys. You love to see it, man. You absolutely love to see it for sure. So, any other comments on the fight there?
You're fighting for your team. You need to see it. You kind of heard it in Jordan's presser there. Obviously, you don't want to see fights. It slows down practice. You don't get as much work in. It sets it back, all that stuff. But you see the fire in your teammates. You see your boys protecting each other. That's really what it's about. That's your family. That's your huddle. Stay away. you're all about it at that point.
You guys keep talking for a minute, and I appreciate y'all swatting away the bots here. Y'all are awesome for that. Y'all are working. Yeah. I'm gonna go see if I can find this. Read that comment, and I'll see if I can find it real quick on X.
Aaron Rodgers, not the Aaron Rodgers, our Aaron Rodgers said Kay Adams talked to Jacobs and Kenny about the fights. Yeah, I saw Kay had a tweet today saying it was one of the worst she's ever seen.
Really?
Yeah. And guys, there were more than one. I mean, this didn't just happen out of the blue. There were little skirmishes kind of all over the field prior to this. I think things finally boiled over,
Definitely. I know there was a second video I had tweeted out or retweeted out, and I just didn't take the time to put it in here. It was just basically the same thing, just a different angle. Tim, if you'll give me a screen grab of Josh Jacobs. We don't have that anymore, do we?
Yeah, we do. You mean him putting Tyrann Mathieu into a retirement home? Yeah, absolutely.
He really did put him in the retirement home. All right, so here was Josh Jacobs on the fight on Kay Adams. I wish you could see his face, too. He's grinning like a possum in a dumpster here, man. Here we go. Let's hear it.
Obviously, there's no room for fighting on this team. We know how Coach feels about that, the sort of system he runs when he wants the poise and the self-control. But once it happens, I did see Tucker Kraft, really getting in there, swim moves, all that. What does that say about him?
I mean, I've seen a lot of the guys getting in, but especially Tucker. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't start the fighting. Guys clear the sidelines. Like, you got to defend your brother. I mean, I would be more upset with our team if we didn't come and back our guys up. I'm not sure if we can fight, or at least be there. So, I mean, it just shows what kind of a dog he is. I know one time I looked up and he was like surrounded by like 6 people. I'm like, man, it's getting a little chippy, but it is.
Today or was another time?
Oh, no, today.
Oh, today, I know. By the end of it, he had like 9 guys on him. I thought I was watching like a Marvel movie. It was unbelievable, but no fighting. We do not condone that here at the Packers storied organization.
Nor do we on PTA. I just want to be very clear there, okay? No fighting. I know some people think because we attend redneck brawls on this particular program that we condone fighting, but those were legal, sanctioned matchups. All right. So you pull it down out, Tim. Thank you, buddy. Got a couple more things I want to hit on before we wrap up. We won't go too long tonight. We got Jacob joining us now. Jacob, you got anything you want to add? Have you been able to keep up with training camp today, man? Anything you want to add that we talked about, maybe?
I think I came in at the perfect time. I just was super proud of Tuck Norris. That's my guy. Absolutely love the fact that he's got his brother's backs and that he's willing to throw down at any moment's notice. Reminds me of me in my younger years, Yeah.
Yeah, but you do that now, you might
do that. You're going to get your ass kicked in that.
That would happen. Yes, that's correct, Tim.
We're getting older.
Yep.
J. Cole says Royal Rumble. This is my favorite, though. Bates says, I'm about to elbow drop my neighbor's Pomeranian. Out here after us, but you got to be careful with comments like that. My goodness. Look, there you go. That's what you needed was Nacho Libre. They don't listen. They don't want Sean Ryan in there.
No.
Based off what I've heard from the beat reporters, the beat writers, and everything, they're like, this dude's mouth, it's F-bomb, 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 man. Like you look at Sean Ryan, you see that picture, pull that picture up one more time, Tim. You think, oh yeah, this guy's friendly, loving dude. No, that's the guy that's gonna, he's gonna snap 2 necks and pull out a switchblade. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on out there. And if you guys, there was an article or a video I remember watching last year about, was it a watch or something that I think his grandfather gave him, and his grandfather was a Vietnam vet or something. Go check. I mean,
Oh, that's right. I think it was like a cigarette lighter or something.
It was a lighter. Yeah. Sean Ryan, he ticks a little different. That's one of those dudes that honestly, if he goes out and he performs this year and he shows that he provides stability to the offensive line like I think he did last year at right guard and proves a little value, I would be okay with bringing him back on a 2 to 3 year deal. You want those type of guys in your locker room too, for sure. So
at least until Emilio gets his buddy back.
Okay, first of all, Emilio, how did you change the profile pic to the group chat to the pirate? How did you do that?
Because I got skills.
I hate you.
Emilio's like one of those anonymous hackers. You know that group Anonymous or whatever. They just just choose to hack into everything. That's
once we changed it to a football Jacob, I was like, it's over. It's going to the pirate picture for sure. We'll probably change it out. Throughout the year, but for right now,
Thanks,
pirate Jacob.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers here in the chat says Jacob late when Kay Adams is in Green Bay. Coincidence?
Bro, I wouldn't even be on the pod if that was the case. Come on.
All right, I think we're about done here this evening.
Kidding me?
Hey, so we could go a different angle here real quick before we wrap up. Did you guys hear Jerry Jones on with Michael Irvin earlier today talking about Micah Parsons?
No.
We covered all our Packers. Do y'all got anything else you want to add to Packers camp before we move on to this? Because I do want to hit on this. Anything at all?
They're just ready to play a regular season game.
I just want to say, for the record, I really like Kay Adams. Just
want to confirm those comments. Right?
Get out of here.
All right.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
It was reported that Jerry Jones made an offer to Micah Parsons' agent, and Micah Parsons' agent told him, quote, stick it up your you-know-what. Okay?
Mulligetta?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Mulligetta or somebody from that office, right? I seen those tweets rolling in. Now, you guys do your own fact-checking there, right? But I seen that light up the timeline. And that kind of makes sense where Adam Schefter comes out 2 days ago and says they're definitely headed towards divorce, right? Like disrespect has already occurred. Well, here was Jerry Jones talking to Michael Irvin. Tim, you're going to have to give me a screen grab if you don't care. And I think this is on Michael Irvin's podcast. About a minute 40 left here, okay? And this was tweeted out by John Machota, if I'm saying that right. And, he just kind of gives his side of the story. Let's see what Jerry had to say here. It's so fitting. McManus is going to throw a flag if Jerry's out of line here. But here's again, why am I bringing this up? It's a Packers podcast. There was a lot of people like, we need to go get Micah Parsons. We need to go get Micah Parsons. Yes, he's a great player, but guys, he has pissed off teammates in the past with the podcast and making comments about teammates. He's obviously disrespected the owner, which probably not hard to do. Jerry Jones isn't it's not like Jerry Jones isn't a toxic person too, right? So I don't want to paint the picture like Jerry Jones is this big victim. That's not the case whatsoever. However, when you bring a big personality on like that, things like this are going to happen. Let's see what Jerry had to say and just enjoy the Southern drawl here.
The world would know that I want Micah if they knew what I had offered him, and he knows what I offered. So the world would know that I want Micah to play on the team and that I respect him for what he can bring to the team. And now, as it turns out, in this particular case, you say, well, what happens? Well, what happens is that we have a contract, and there's this year remaining under the contract. And then in the NFL, I get at our volition to extend that contract another year. We'll pay him like a franchise and another one after that. So we really got 3 years to work this thing out. And it's a basic contract that's there to go. And I did that with Dak, and we couldn't agree. So Dak played his last year of his contract, and then we franchised him. And so it's exactly what happened with Dak. And we moved forward. And, of course, ultimately we got a contract, made Dak the highest paid player in the NFL. So the president is handling it like Dak. But in this particular case, then Micah comes in and plays this year under his contract. If it doesn't, it's very costly for everybody, just a little similar to what happened when we didn't sign Emmett and we didn't do well our first 2 games. He was an integral part of what we were doing. But at that particular time, we got that worked out and went on to win a Super Bowl, as you recall.
So this is exactly what we talked about the other day. And I don't know about you guys, but hearing Jerry Jones talk with that Southern twang there just made me think Brandon McManus was saying it the whole time. Right? Just cracked me up. But we said this the other day. Jerry's in control here, boys. Yeah. Make no bones about this. Micah has 2 options. He got multiple options. He could accept the contract that was offered. He chose not to do that. And if the reports are right, his agent told him to stick it up their rear end. Okay, cool. You can play under the current contract, which is the 5th-year option, right? Or you could sit out for the year. If you sit out for the year, guess what happens? His rights carry right over to next year, and Jerry's got that 5th-year option deal, once again, is good for 2026. Now, when that contract runs out, Jerry can franchise tag him.
2 times.
When that wraps up, you're right, Emilio, with like a what is it, a 110% increase or something, or a 10% on it or something like that. But nonetheless, franchise tag him again, and then he can hit free agency. So this whole idea that Micah, Micah's in control and he's going to do this and that, he's not in control at all.
Right.
At all.
And him sitting out game checks. I mean, you're going to sit out millions on game checks. Come on now.
The last person to sit out a full season, to the best of my knowledge, because they wanted a new contract, was Le'Veon Bell. And Le'Veon Bell's career completely tanked after that. Completely tanked. So, and people maybe know
he was one of the best backs in the league at the time.
I was going to say, yeah, Tim. People may say, well, Le'Veon Bell wasn't as good as Micah. Le'Veon Bell was considered one of, if not the best running backs in the league that year at his position. So, why are we mentioning this? It's a Packers podcast. I am so damn appreciative that the Packers operate the way they do. And you don't – listen, here's the other thing. A good buddy of mine, his name's Jeremy. We called him Henson. He grew up in the same hometown as Micah Parsons. And this is another reason why Clayton isn't so bullish on Micah Parsons. When Micah Parsons was drafted to the Cowboys, now keep in mind, Jeremy is a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so he hates the Cowboys. But he said, I was so glad when they drafted him. He said, that dude is the biggest troublemaker. It was common knowledge all over town that he thinks he is better than everybody else. He's more important than everyone else and all this. And I'm going, you're an Eagles fan, right? Well, lo and behold, you get the podcast. He's talking bad about Dak. He's talking bad about other teammates. And then come out later, I didn't mean anything by it. It's just there's a lot of negative that comes with Micah Parsons. There's no doubt about it. So with that being said, I wish I could have showed the video there, guys, because you might have been able to see it in the small window on the lower left. Jerry was grinning ear to ear the whole time. Like he is not stressing at all. He's literally like, I'm your Huckleberry. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, try me, young.
Jerry's just getting another bowl of popcorn. He's enjoying the show right now.
And we're on a Packers podcast talking about the Cowboys, which is exactly what he wants, right? So, anyway, you guys got to take on that and how it ties back into the Packers. Or
can I ask a question? Obviously, I've been a little out of the loop. Is it true that the Packers? Has it been confirmed that they offered like whatever package that was, the 2 first-round picks, like a second? It was ridiculous. Whatever I saw.
This is
what do that. You're going to get your ass kicked, and then
people started tweeting out that the Packers offered 2 firsts, a second, and a 5th. That's not true. Do you know where that came from?
I do not. Wait, what?
Let me explain why. The only reason that 2 firsts, a second, and a 5th is being mentioned is because Wildy said that's what he would give up. And I put that on Twitter and said, hey, I just heard a podcast host say that he would give up 2 firsts, a second, and a 5th. Am I the only one that thinks this is insane? And Wildy added back at me and said, hey, that was me. And I was like, yeah, I commented, I was like, Wildy, this is how I responded. Like, I didn't tag you because I don't think you understand what's about to happen on Packers Twitter. And everybody went like, there ain't no way we would do that. No way we would offer that. All of a sudden, a day and a half later, reports are the Packers offered 2 firsts, a second, and a 5th. And you look at the reports, and these are people with 300 followers, 1,500 followers. It's like, comb through Twitter. To the best of my knowledge, the only tweet you'll find is the Packers offered that, which is BS. And this guy tweeting out that Wildy said it on his radio program. So I started the rumor by not starting the rumor, if that makes sense. So
just so you drew it up.
People hear what they want to hear,
All right. Well, what rumor are we going to spread tonight? Should we get something going?
We're going to spread the rumor that Kay Adams' marriage is in turmoil because of a man named Jacob in Wisconsin.
I'm just
saying. Wouldn't be the first time Jacob.
You got a good buffet at the office.
At the office?
It might be good, man. I'm just saying. I
hear that's one of Kay's favorite hangouts when she's in town.
I'll treat her right. It'll be good.
Didn't she mention that on her podcast one time?
I think she did, actually.
I think she mentioned the Oval Office. Kay's awesome, dude. She's like everybody's little sister. You know what I mean? Just loves football. She's like
knows ball too. Mm-hmm. Always fun to watch.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. More than 90% of the guys out there watch the game for sure. Aaron Rodgers with the super chat. Speaking of the Cowboys, did you see the clip of how the Packers broke Jerry in the 23 playoff? I did. And Packer fans absolutely loved it. Did you see that, Jacob? Have you watched the Netflix doc yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, he breaks down crying and basically says this is the worst loss in the history of their franchise.
Oh, no, I did see that. Yeah, that made me feel real good.
That's what happens when you race a giant boat right through AT&T Stadium, right?
Boy, I'm telling you, man.
The Cowboys are gonna win. It's perfect. It's better than a bye. Let's get them through.
That game was over in the second quarter, man.
If you guys want to go watch tonight, and I'm telling you, this is peak PTA content, and that's not hard to do. Let's be honest. That's show stuff. But if you just search Packers Total Access, Packers Cowboys postgame show, and drop the remote, you'll hear Dak go, "Yeah, here we go," like 800 times. We got the sound drop. We mocked the hell out of it.
We need to bring that back.
Yeah. No, we don't.
What are you
Aaron,
about?
I did.
That's my job.
I'm enjoying the doc though. I really like it because it's all 90s music. Tim, am I right?
I haven't seen it yet. The
soundtrack.
Spoiler alert.
The soundtrack going to have you bumping, bro.
Let's go.
It's awesome.
Go.
Bring Tim back to his DJ years.
Yes,
let's
do it.
On the ones and twos.
Let's go.
Emilio, how old were you in 95?
It's just a gleam in his daddy's eye.
Yeah, probably. If it's early 95, I was still a gleam. If not, I was probably born or something.
I was probably born or something. Put it on the ticker.
What's with all the spam in the chat? Is that a new?
We're
just calling it. You're here, Jacob. They just wanted to say hi.
Lord, all
Hey,
right.
Adam's
Football on Amazon.
Say
Is
what?
there a game tonight?
There must be. I was thinking that too.
There's 3 games tonight, so
that's why. Yeah.
We need to try to block the word NFL, all caps, NFL game streaming on. I think that might get it. If we can put those together where it can't be mentioned.
I want to put them in timeout and then have them come back later and see if they learn their lesson.
Do it. See if that works. Maybe that'll work. Unbelievable, man. This is what happens when your show sucks bad enough that people think they're convinced people watch it, right?
I blame
Don't
myself.
worry, nobody's listening anyway.
As Clint, the armchair quarterback, said, back to the whole the conversation there about Micah, dismantle your team for one guy, no thanks. And listen, Wildy was having a conversation. Now, I think after he thought about it for a little bit, he probably would take that back, But I know he didn't expect that kind of response because it was bad. Yep. To the point where I almost want to jump back in there and, with the meme that says he's already dead, leave him alone. And that's why I was trying to tell him that's why I didn't tag you, Wildy, and he comments on it. And, it was rough. But again, I do think it's crazy like that you'd be willing to give up that much.
Oh, it's never. No,
and I feel like the Bengals would be closer to moving on from Trey Hendrickson than the Cowboys are from Micah. Like you could actually get your hands on Hendrickson if that's really something that you wanted. And maybe not have to dismantle your whole team for it.
Yeah. Since we're kind of talking about the Cowboys and the difference in the franchises, why don't we wrap up with this? We got a couple minutes. I seen Tim tweet this out. Tim, is it okay if I guess it is. You put it on Twitter. The exchange with the parking there, the guy with the parking.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
So, we're sitting here talking, right? We're talking about obviously the difference in the Packers and the Cowboys, and we're showing, Jerry Jones, and I've seen the booger sugar comments in the chat.
First of all, Emilio's comments in the private chat.
Yeah.
You need to put Emilio on timeout. That was hilarious.
Now I got to go into private chat. Let's see.
Don't do it.
Unbelievable. Jeez, Pete. Yeah, put Emilio in timeout. Here, let me put
ready to go.
Give me a sit your butt outside for just a second, Tim, please. I need that real quick.
Sit your butt outside.
All right, now we'll bring him back. All right. Oh, he's back.
He's gone.
He said, you won't let me in here? I won't be in here. There you go.
You hurt me, Brett.
No. The booger sugar comments. I remember the joke when I was a kid. You know how it's football season? Crime rate goes up 10% in Dallas. Like that's I remember.
Wow.
And it's true. The players are back in town, right? Like here they go. But no, in all seriousness, like, you see how that franchise operates, right? And it's a circus every year, this and that. And then you look at how the Packers operate and how I feel like they do take care of the players as best they can, right? And I know there's some people like your Jordys and stuff that fans wanted to keep around a little bit longer, but I think we would all agree the timing was darn near perfect to let those players go, But the other thing is, like, how in touch with the community that the Packers are. I absolutely love, right? And Tim, I'll let you take over here. I read this exchange and I'm just like, this is Green Bay, Wisconsin in a nutshell, man.
Yeah, so obviously Jacob is going to be meeting us on Saturday, coming to town for the game. we gave Jacob our parking pass. We're going to meet you and your brother, right? Are coming down.
Yes, sir.
Meet you guys over in the lot. So we're going to park over by our good friends Greg and Ellen. They live just across Lombardi Avenue from Lambeau Field, and we parked with them during the draft. And I hit him up the other day and just basically asked if he still had a spot, and won't take a dime from me. Apparently, said no money necessary. Enjoy the game. Have fun. Going to have a neighbor looking out for us, and that's what it's all about here in Green Bay, man. Fans taking care of fans. It's something different. So that's what I tweeted. Hey man, so like, why'd you guys move to Green Bay? Well, this is one of the reasons right here for sure.
He was the best guy around.
And my first experience in Green Bay, keep in mind, I just become a Packer fan. I just learned about Lambeau Field and the history of the Packers. I'm like, man, this is the team I'm going to root for. I didn't have a favorite pro team at the time. So we come up, me and Mandy, we were just dating at the time. This was back in like 2003 or 2004. We drive all the way to Green Bay, 13-hour drive, right? We get up here. And it was one of those things. We stayed in Appleton, woke up, went to the game, and had to drive all the way back immediately following the game. So it was one of those type of routes. I'm talking about broke as a joke. So we get up there like, all right, we need to find a place to park, right? So we go down. We started to park at a church that was down the street, right? You just make a donation to the church. And we're like, let's see if we can get a little bit closer. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to be a part of the tailgating and stuff. We pulled up to this yard, like I'm talking about. You could see Lambeau from the yard. It was one of those right on Oneida Street, but Oneida Street, one right on Oneida Street. And we pull up and ask them how much, and they told, I think at the time it was like $20, right? And this was, like I said, 20 years ago. So we pay the 20, park the car. He said, no. He said, turn around. He said, you're going to get stuck if you pull in like that. I want to be able to get you out of here quick so you don't get stuck, right? I'm like, I appreciate that. Got out. They had a sofa in the front yard and a TV out there, a big floor model TV with extension cords ran out there. So they were watching the game in the front yard with Lambeau right there in the backdrop, right, on a sofa. And they told us, they said, hey, if you need to use the restroom, the door will be unlocked all day long. Feel free to use the restroom as you're out and about out here tailgating. I'm just like, I looked at Mandy. I was like, what is this place? This is unbelievable. Like, don't get me wrong, we leave our doors unlocked. I wish a mother would. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me personally. They're going to get that spotlight right on the front door. But it was just like the hospitality was unbelievable. Even the Bears fans that I ran into at that game were like, they prodded a little bit and a little banter, but it was just like when everybody gets to Lambeau, it's like everybody's just, hey, we're here to watch football and enjoy the history of the game. And the other thing that stood out to me was concession stand. A guy was walking around selling beer, and he had a rope tied to his belt loop, like a small little string, and had a stuffed animal bear, and had the rope tied around his ankle, and he was dragging it around the stadium as he was selling beer. The animal bear around. It was awesome, man. And then of course that same game, our first game there, we sat in the south end zone in the corner of the end zone. And me and Mandy were sitting up at about, I don't know, like row 40 or something. And these two guys approached us and said, hey, our wives, we want to sit with our wives a little closer. Our wives are sitting in the row behind you or whatever. Would you like to switch tickets with us? We're down here in row 20. And me at the time, I'm really young, and I'm like, I don't trust people by nature. I was just raised not to trust people. I'm not saying it's right. It's just the way it is. And I was looking at Manny, and I said, yeah, we'll switch with you. I said, you just understand, if I go down here and these tickets ain't legit and you somehow rip me off, I'm coming back hitting you right in the damn mouth. Like I told that guy. He's like, no, I promise, they're real. We go down there and sit down. And imagine if I hadn't changed tickets, because we sit down next to this little old couple, and they were in their 70s, right? I mean, they were, been coming to Packer games forever. He said he was at the Ice Bowl with his grandfather, and we sat there and talked to them. And I'm telling you, I could care less what happened during the game. That little couple made the whole trip for us. It was just like, this place, Green Bay, Wisconsin, is unbelievable, man. The people of Wisconsin are just, it's wild. It's absolutely wild. I don't know how anybody can root for another team. That's how I felt for so long. I still feel like that to a certain extent, but as a young, I'm like, why would you root for any other NFL team than this team right here? It's just wild. So, Amelia, you remember the first time you went to Lambeau, dude?
Dude, chills driving up the highway, man. I saw the G and it was over. And then, it was a short trip, stayed in Appleton, had to drive in for the game, parked on the street.
That's where I was born, Emilio. Appleton.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, the Best Western. There we are. Yeah. No, parked on the street, walked in, and just the nicest people ever. Was on the sideline, saw Rob sitting there. You saw all the coaches, everybody up close, saw Mason kicking. It really was awesome. And just the dude behind me just started buying me beers because we were getting slammed. 20-0, and then we finally scored a touchdown at the end. But at that point, he was just like, "Yeah, I feel bad. It's your first game. Go ahead and have these. Like, we have season tickets. We come to all the games anyway." Just kept, just wanted me to have a good time. Brat's on the way in. It was awesome. Then coming up for the draft, it was even better. Now that I kind of knew where I was, it was a good time.
Absolutely. That's what's so cool about it is, I remember coming up as a kid just from Milwaukee, going up to Green Bay to go to games and stuff. And, people that are from Green Bay or are season ticket holders, they truly are like ambassadors to other fans. You can always tell if someone's never been to Lambeau before because, their jaw is dropped to the floor, their eyes are wide open, they're trying to take it all in. And, if you've never been before, you can always look at one of the Lambeau faithful and we'll help you out. We'll give you a beer and a brat. And we'll give you directions. You're in the stands, whatever.
You want to know how I know that we're an awesome fan base? So I've successfully infiltrated multiple Vikings group chats on Facebook.
Nice.
And somebody
not anymore. You just snitched on yourself.
Somebody put a post up the other day and said, "Hey, we just bought Packer Viking tickets in Green Bay. Like, are the fans nice there?" And like 300 comments, every single one of them was like, "I hate them, but they're great." And like I really like, they're super nice, blah, blah, blah. Best time I've ever had. Like, just one, like literally not a single comment said anything negative, which is pretty impressive. I went negative. I said, "You guys suck." But besides that.
Surely not, Jacob. Not you. Unbelievable. Yeah, no, it's that first game I went to too, they had a huge 18-wheeler in the parking lot, and the entire bed, the length of the bed was one big grill, and Johnsonville sponsored it, and they were giving away free brats. That was like a big promotion. So they were literally cooking the brat, throwing it on a bun, wrapping it in full, and just tossing it out to fans in the tailgate. It was awesome.
Clayton, you remember when we went to the Rams-Packers game? There was randomly just some Bears fan throwing beers to everybody. "Hey, here you go." We're like, "What the hell are you doing?
Why are you even here? Why are you here?" Appreciate the brewski, though. Aaron Rodgers in the chat says, "My mother also cried in the Packers Hall of Fame, and she's a Niners fan." They just do everything right here, man, for sure. So,
that was the first time when we went to the draft. That was the first time I actually got to see the Hall of Fame. That was wild. Just going through, seeing all the players, all their memorabilia. You can listen to everything that the story for each of them, and then seeing the trophies, championship trophies. We got a picture with all of them. The lady was telling us the story. It was just, even the workers there in Lambeau love it. That's you go to work loving your job.
Malik, did you ever take
fans
a tour?
are free to come down and take a tour of the Hall of Fame when they want to see what championship trophies look
there
like.
You go, Tim. You got a whole room.
Championship watches, Tim. You know what I mean? Back in the day, we go back that far.
That was awesome.
Malik, did you ever take a tour?
No, I didn't. Tour? Not yet.
Dude, I'm telling you, it is like your hair stands up the whole time. Like they have the same bricks, from like the 40s.
That'll be the next step.
It's something, man. It's cool.
J. Cole in the chat. Special ops, Clay. What's he talking about? What did I do?
I didn't highlight that. What that means.
Oh, he's probably talking about the comment about coming through the door. Yeah, the 300 blackouts tired of playing at the range. You know what I mean? We're looking for some live action. So, all right, that's it, guys. Let's get out of here. Tim, you got anything else from camp, man, you want to hit on before we wrap up? Anything at all, buddy?
No, not much. Wasn't able to get a lot of footage today. You can check the X feed. There's some stuff on there. Got to see the boys kind of getting ready for the team drills, but just excited for the game Saturday, man. It's going to be awesome. Get to hang out with Jacob and watch the final preseason game as we get ready to whittle this roster down to 53 next Tuesday. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah. There we go, man. All right. So tomorrow's Friday. We may do a show tomorrow night. We might take tomorrow night off because obviously the guys are going to be off tomorrow, right? And then we'll have the pregame show on Saturday, postgame show on Saturday. And then I know people are going, "Oh, man, we got 2 weeks without football." we got plenty to talk about. We got all kinds of stuff to dive into. Obviously the roster cut down, like y'all were saying, 26th. So that's going to be right around the corner. The next few days of content will be position by position. We'll kind of take a deep dive. Who do we think is going to make the roster type thing? And we'll break it up into smaller segments like that. And then when we get into that off week, I think we should do what we normally do, Jacob. It's kind of our tradition here. We go back last year and relive the games, right, by the quarter, like first 4 games of the season, second 4 games of the season, what went right, what went wrong, that type of thing. How has the team improved and kind of set the stage for the upcoming regular season. And we'll do a preview of week 1 and all that good stuff. So really we just got 1 week to cover because the second week will be us prepping for the game, right? Injury reports, all that stuff will come out. So we made it. We made it to football season. So appreciate you guys. That's it. We'll see y'all possibly tomorrow. If not, we'll see you on Saturday for sure for the pregame show. What time's the kickoff again? You guys know?
3 o'clock, isn't it?
3 o'clock. Yep.
3 o'clock. So I'll probably be going solo for the pregame show because you guys will be there, right?
Yeah, you'll probably be going solo for the postgame show too, depending on how.
I'll try to get up for the pregame. I'll try to get up.
That's not happening.
3. What time are we talking here, Emilio? 2 o'clock.
Seriously. What do you?
I stay up and play Xbox till 5 in the morning.
I'm gonna say something controversial.
You are a married man now, Emilio. Can't be doing that. I'm gonna say stay up till 3 now. All right.
You guys remember the Chappelle Show when Paul Mooney did the Good Morning Black America?
It airs at noon.
Good Morning Mexican America. All right, Mexicano America. It will air at noon. And Emilio says it will air at 2 p.m.
Because I'm up at 6 every day during the week. That's a problem.
That's what it is. That's Emilio.
It is me.
That's on the left trying to get up. Put that back up there. It's on the left trying to get out of bed, and then that's him when he finally gets that coffee.
Wait, do it again, Emilio. Do it again. There you go.
Got it. This show sucks. We're out here. Everybody, thank y'all for putting up with us. We appreciate you. Aaron, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Also, shout out to everybody in the Patreon group, all the new members. It's blowing up. Really, really appreciate the support we got. We got to get information on the fantasy leagues, okay, Jacob? And also we'll get with Andrew. I'm thinking it might be worth it. It won't interfere with this show, but if we can have a separate live draft show, that would be really cool. Just to kind of do a live draft coverage as you guys are doing your fantasy draft for the first league. You know what I mean?
Yeah, first league is drafting August 30th, which happens to be my birthday, and it's at around 7 o'clock. So
7 o'clock.
Yep.
So maybe we'll just tie it into the show and show a little coverage, like while you're running the draft, we could talk Packers and then maybe just kind of Nacho Emilio.
With the sombrero, yeah, buddy.
Nacho. All right, that's it. We're out of here. Thank y'all. Have a good night. Bye.
There we go.
Bye, guys.